and welcome to another reaction review video with me, Nina Schofield, singer-songwriter, vocal coach and session musician, and I'm so excited. We have the brand new Katy Perry album. If you know me, you know I'm a huge Katy Perry fan and I have been so looking forward to this day. And not only that, but Katy and Orlando, congratulations, are in order. They had their baby, Daisy. We'll talk about Daisy and Daisies when we listen to Daisies later. So that's just so exciting. I think Katy herself has said it's like having two babies at once. So we're going to listen to the second baby, Smile, and see what all the new songs are about, and just kind of have a chat about the music and the lyrics and everything that we can soak in basically in one first listen, and see if you agree with me and let me know what your favourite songs are and what you love or hate about this album in the comments box down below. Okay, are we ready? Here we go.
I'm losing my self-control.
See, the thing about this that I like already is you get these real big reverbs and this kind of sweeping sound within the vocal, and it's just so cool. It's a great track to open with, actually.
But I don't want to fall in the rabbit hole.
And we got our clicks.
My heart, I won't do it again. Tell myself
and the military drums.
And I think of you. 2 years and just like that, thought it was done, but I guess it's never really over.
And again, so you have this kind of break with the drums, but there's this build up coming within the synthesizers, and then suddenly within the build you have the military style drums coming back in. So when you get to the drop, it goes poof, and it's a catchy melody.
But I guess it's never really
Here we go.
Just because it's over doesn't mean it's really over. Get over you all over again.
See, that's the clever thing. I don't even know if you can hear me because I've turned this up so loud, but I'm trying to sing that lovely harmony that she introduces. It's such a clever thing to have the main melody as one note and then suddenly push in this descending movement across it, and it makes you go, oh, that is catchy as hell.
Just like that.
And there's these layers of vocals, and there's a ticking clock. And there you get the, again, it's that use of reverb and delay, not necessarily within the actual vocal you just heard, but like an extra synth layer almost. Those are those soaring, really striking vocals from Katy that we get. And then the contrast. And that is such a great note to layer on top of that chorus.
I guess it's never really over. I guess it's never really over.
Listen to the delays and the ticking clock. Woo! Oh, what a great start to an album. Such a killer song. That's the Katy that, I don't know, it's kind of like Teenage Dream Katy, where it was just, that album was chock full of hits, wasn't it? It was just hit, 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 hit. And I've got a good feeling about this record too. By the way, I've got a little spray with me. It's very hot in here. I'm not being weird. This isn't weird, is it? I'm trying to keep cool. Okay, so Cry About It Later. First new original song that I haven't heard yet from this record.
I'll cry about it later. I'll cry about it later. Tonight I'm having fun.
Okay, so this is kind of lyrically moving from It's Never Really Over into Cry About It Later. It's like, yeah, the relationship isn't ever really over, but tonight I'm just gonna think about something else. I can't deal with it right now. Bassiness. Oh. Yeah, because that dun, 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 that's quite similar to Never Really Over. There's a there's a little bit of continuity here. I like it. I like it. Oh, and oh, sorry to stop again so quickly, but those vocals have this kind of medium room reverb. It feels like it's quite shallow and hitting you in the face. Oh, Okay, so the clever thing about this song, and this is actually a very good writing technique, is she began with the chorus melody. So she's already introduced us to that. So by the time we get to this, it's not the first chorus, it's the second chorus, but it feels like it's the first time we're listening to the chorus properly. And it's already here. It's already here. And then now we've got this development within the instrumentation. So it feels punchier. It feels like I know it already. And there's a little guitar in there that's cool. Pick. I like that lyric. I'm going to fake it till it makes me feel good. That's a lyric that a lot of people are going to be able to relate to. You put that plaster over everything until actually it's all healed underneath, and what you presented is now reality. Well, that's what we like to think anyway. Oh! That's the same kind of harmony thing that she did in Never Really Over. More continuity. I'll cry about it later. I'll cry about it later. Dirty synth underneath. Brand new vocals. See, that's where you get that little cry on her vocal. Here we go. Oh. I know I like a song when I start writing my own ad-libs on top of it. That's what I would have put on it. Fun, 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 fun. Yes. Katy, call me. Yeah, and it's cool that you have the something brand new, but also underneath something brand new. And then together, she's really going for these harmonies, these layers, these vocal layers, and exploration into that within this record so far. Track number 3, Teary Eyes. Uh-oh. Is this, shall I get some tissues? Oh, maybe not. Hi, hi, hi. The delays we've got. Oh, so we've got kind of a dun, 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 dun. Sounds like a rim shot. I've actually got my drumsticks here today. It's like imagine this is the rim of the drum. That does not work on a keyboard. But that's that sound. This is cool because it's like a dance floor song, but actually it's super poignant within the lyrics. This is the same, you know, when we were in Cry About It Later, she was talking about kind of putting on that mask and pretending she's okay and putting herself out there as being okay in the hopes that it becomes a reality. This is kind of a continuation of that. Oh, I like the drop in that. Clap it, everyone. Woo! This is Score to the Floor. Boom. Oh, not anymore. It's nice to have that little break in the music and then come back in, and it just pushes this song home. I'd say at the moment, Cry About It Later is probably my favourite compared to Teary Eyes, but I recognise that Teary Eyes has a place on this record. And we've got these layers now. This is like a really great breakup album, but I feel like it's also going to be a coming back together album too. Daisies, right. Daisies. So, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Katy knew she was going to call her baby Daisy, and the song Daisies is like her rebirth through having the baby, the actual real life baby, Daisy, and through writing that into this song like a kind of expression of positivity, a new beginning. So this song now takes on new life to me. I'm going to be listening to it with different ears, and I think it's so cute and sweet that she's done that, and it's like this dedication to her child. I can't believe I'm saying Katy Perry has a child. It's like the softness going on in the background, but the punchiness of her vocal and the heartbreak in it.
They tell me that I'm crazy, but never let them change me. Daisies, daisies.
And before we go into this big smash it home part of the chorus, I just have to comment again on how cool it is that we just have this kind of acoustic guitar feeling and then woo, it punches in. Are you ready?
They said I'm going nowhere, trying to count me out. They cover me in daisies, daisies.
And that has a big reverb on it, and it just woof envelops you.
So they cover me in daisies. They said I'm going nowhere.
And that nowhere, when you have that matched with that boom, bum, boom, that is just hits you. This bit,
Why can't it be me? They told me.
oh yeah, that bit just gets you right here because it makes you think she's crying out in this song, but actually she feels really sensitively about it. So now when I listen to that song, you know, she's basically saying, until I'm dead, I'm gonna keep going. And I'm trying to view it metaphorically as Daisy, her child, is kind of like this new life, and that she's saying, yeah, I've got so much more left to give before I even reach that point. So just watch. And it doesn't necessarily have to be career-wise as well, you know? Oh, I just love it. Okay, Resilient.
I know there's gotta be rain if I want the rainbows.
Oh, I love that she's saying rainbows. Number one. The thing that I also like is she has some pizzicato strings. That's the plucked sound. I can't obviously do it myself, but you get the picture in the background, and I like orchestral sounds layered within pop.
I've gone to sleep night after night, punching a pillow.
That's a strong lyric. So because this song is called Resilient, I feel like I'm gonna be listening to this at night myself sometimes, because we all need that kind of that release moment, don't we?
'Cause I am resilient.
Thanks.
A four-flower moment. Oh no.
There's a doo in the bass, which is cool. This song makes me think that by the end, this chorus will have built up more, and if it hasn't, that's what I would want from the song. Because I feel like she's singing this part of this vocal, it feels a little held back in a way, and I don't know if that's on purpose or not, but I want to hear her really go hell for leather at the end of this song.
I am resilient. Brilliant. Grow right through the cracks.
Breathy.
If I want the distance.
Oh, dude. This is another example of her sampling little parts of her vocal and then adding them in as a more synthy kind of layer with a breathiness, a real big reverb. Very cool. Really well produced track.
Just bends and breaks and friction.
There's no mistakes, just bends and breaks and friction. That's giving me goosebumps, that. Ooh, I feel like I need a goosebumps cam, because I get goosebumps all the time when I'm filming. So I just need some kind of really, really strong camera that can just zone in on my goosebumps and you can all see them. They're there though. Okay, so she's starting to go for it. There's okay, so those sort of layers of vocals underneath that are just singular notes, which is cool. New section.
Survived all the weather. I'm in full bloom.
And there's a chamber string now, so there's the strings that sound a bit more punchy again. They're slightly longer than the pizzicato. A lot of garden and flower and nature metaphors within this song, and breaking through the cracks in the pavement and things like that, which is interesting because this song is following Daisies. Here we go, Katy. So here's what I'm missing from this song. I want it to be this, plus I want to put in loads of big strings underneath. I want maybe even a brass section doing a boo, boo. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want to do with this song. Right, Katy, let's do a remix together. That's what I want to do. Having said that, I understand why the production is the way it is. But yeah, I want this big release on this song as well.
Oh, you're gonna watch this flower grow through the cracks.
yeah, there's so many interesting production elements within that song. And yeah, I just would have filled out the end a little bit more. That's what I would have done. But I love the message of that. Okay, Not the End of the World. I asked on Twitter this morning what songs I should be looking forward to, and so many of you were saying Not the End of the World, so I'm very excited about this one.
It's not the end of the world.
Hello, Coda.
On your fancy time, don't lose hope. It's no funeral we're attending.
Okay, so maybe that release I was looking for in Resilient is coming and Not the End of the World. But this feels like it's going to be a big synth pop explosion of wow. And I am ready for that. Straight into verse or breakdown?
It's not the end of the no, not the end of the world.
Oh, this is the one that I heard the clip for in her preview live stream things. And it to me sounded like Dark Horse. Someone else pointed out to me that it sounded a bit like Black Widow. Yes. All of these things.
There's a golden line in the end of a single cloud.
Because you get that which is the trap sounding drum pattern, and this dark vibe to it. That's like a heartbeat, that kick drum.
It's not the end of the world.
Oh! And we've got the din, 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 din on the violas? Whatever, strings. And what's cool about that is she isn't giving you the release straight into the beginning of the chorus. You've got to wait a little bit for it. That's the cool drums.
It's not the end of the no, not the end of the world.
I totally got that wrong. That's because I've never listened to this before, but I tried. I tried. So I thought she would end that track with it's not the end of the world, or whatever it is. I got that wrong again, I know. But that's what I thought she would end it with. So interesting that she chose not to. Okay, Smile. Smile's like my throwback Katy. I'm lost for words. Woo!
Yeah, I'm scratch that baby, but now I got Smile.
You get the scratch that baby, and she has the little scratch. That was a terrible example of a scratch sound. DJ scratch sound. Don't listen to me.
Every day, Groundhog Day.
And you get this everyday it's that drum that hits home. And then we're in the club.
I'm so grateful.
And you have all these different things going on. The horn section, the drums filling it out. Ugh. I tried to time that right. I don't know if it worked. Maybe I'll do a slow-mo recap. Okay, Champagne Problems, which always makes me think of Meghan Trainor. I got champagne problems. So maybe Katie's going to rewrite that melody in my head for me today.
Oh.
Ooh, what? Whoa. Do that again.
Oh.
That is so random. Okay, so strings. Oh, what is that? Okay, what is happening in this song? It's like a house piano part, disco strings. Woo, the delays. So now we're getting a little bit more optimistic, maybe, shall we say, about the relationship. Could you be the love of my life till the day I die? I like that. Okay, so that's what this is making me think. It's like a machine that's pushing us along. And she's got the classic Katy thing where she has her vocal strong and then she goes into this breathy thing. Did that sound right? Probably not. But you know what I mean.
'Cause baby,
now that's interesting, having the da-da champagne problems now. With the do, 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 do also descending within the strings. Oh, listen to that bass coming. We've got a drop. We've got a drop. Oh! Okay, we do have a drop, but a very small one. Very teeny, teeny little drop. That's fine. That means that towards the end of this song, it's going to just get bigger and bigger and bigger, I predict. She's layering up everything. Yeah. There's some really interesting harmonies underneath everything within this song. There was a bigger release because you get the whoosh coming in underneath. That always makes everything sound like it's bigger. Yeah! Those are the notes that I look for with Katy, the big, punchy, held, woof notes. And I like the ethos of this song kind of saying, you know, we worked our way through the really tricky parts of the relationship, the kinks that needed to be worked through before we could really solidly come together as a couple. And now the problems that we've got are all surface. Nothing can break the solid foundation. Oh, I like that. Nice, and having that very in-your-face end vocal. Tucked. More claps. This album's kind of gone through a thing where we had the darker songs and now we're going into this big old celebratory woo feel.
No one knows where my mind goes. I must confess, I've been
Confess. That's the Katy thing I'm talking about. That's so her stamp of vocal.
my imagination at its best.
Ooh, there's like a going on.
Put it so
Listen to the reverbs.
anytime I want to, baby.
Yeah. This is gonna be real good.
I keep you tucked away inside my head,
Listen to the movements and everything.
baby.
I thought there was gonna be some huge trumpet. I don't know why. And then na 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 is being followed by this string synthy thing. Woo! Kind of sexy that.
You're someone that I should forget.
Woo!
Oh, I keep you tucked away and want to.
And the synth in there that's just going ding 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 ding. I think that carries a lot of this song actually. Without that, it would be a completely different song. Oh, tour moment. Na, 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 na. Okay, Katy, I would like you to invite me on stage during that song, and I will sing those na 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 bits for you. Okay? Deal? Deal. Thank you so much. Okay, Harley's in Hawaii. This is a song that I've really grown to love more and more, and I find myself just singing around the house randomly. Heart-shaped highway. It's a really nice song to sing. Some songs are really smooth to sing. Do you find, if you're not a singer, do you find that this is a fun song to sing? That's my question, because there must be some songs that just feel smooth to sing to everyone.
You and I riding Harleys in Hawaii.
That melody, super simple, and yet it gets in here. You and I riding Harleys in Hawaii. It's just so catchy. This harmony. And you get that. Such a chilled song, but having those woo vocals. And we see her her range a little bit more here. Great song. Great song. Oh my god, we've only got 2 songs left. What? This album is 36 minutes long, which is not very long. I feel like albums are getting shorter and shorter. But that's the way of the world. Ooh, choir vibes.
36,400 seconds in a day. Lately, most of them have been a waste.
Is this song going to feel like we relate to it because of our current world situation, regardless of what Katy was actually going through when she wrote it?
Time just goes on and on. And if the stars
Cricket.
out on me,
Kind of organ underneath.
I'd say and do.
Okay, there's that flip. There's so much I'd say and do. Having the more chest-like vocal, and it's like flipping a light switch with her vocal. I love it.
If I had nothing to lose, nothing to lose.
Oh! That made me think of the song from, was it Prism? Oh god, I don't know. What is the song I'm thinking of? I'll think of it later. I just want to hear this chorus. Oh! This is gonna make me cry.
Sometimes hear myself talking, getting mad. Or am I awake in my sleep walking? Tell me that.
I'm just listening to the lyrics of this now and kind of connecting with Katy on this different level. This is what makes me love her, is because she is so good at getting across a message within a song, a personal message that I know inside and out. I felt it. I felt what she's feeling. She's so good at putting that in songs. This is that song on this record.
It's scary how quickly I lose perspective and I react.
And there's this kind of shuffle, determined feeling within this song.
If there's so much I'd say,
More determined vocal.
Woo! And so loud into the letter, send it to my dad.
Okay, wait, what is the song that I'm thinking of? I'm gonna tell you. Was it Ghost I'm thinking of? Or By the Grace of God? It's either Ghost or By the Grace of God, or a mixture of the two that I'm sort of getting from this track. And I love it. I love it.
Lonely love, lonely love.
That's nice. This is this feeling. It's just that passion, that soul when you connect to a song, and Katy's bringing that through with this. Just even that, all the love. I want it to sing out, and then she does.
You give me only love, only love.
You can hear there's a wah-wah pedal on that organ sound as well. The sort of it's like a phase effect. Wow. That's a wow moment for me on this album. I would say so far, Only Love, minus the singles we already know, okay. Only Love, Not the End of the World, Teary Eyes and Cry About It Later are my favourites, but we still have What Makes a Woman left. And there's a kind of distortion on that, unless that's my speakers, but we'll find out.
Is it the way I talk sweet? The way my skin is soft? Make you keep your fingers crossed?
Yeah, very interesting final vibe of the record. This is like the Katy that I was kind of wanting to see. That melody makes me think of The Climb by Miley Cyrus. Huh.
You could spend your whole life, but you couldn't describe what makes a woman.
The that sound underneath is an interesting choice, and it strikes me that we've really been on this little journey within this record. So as I said before, we had the darker songs, well actually no, we started with up-tempo but darker lyrics, and then we went into this sort of happier, more almost relieved pop, and then now we've come more into this reflective space. We're ending with this more personal, like she's written us letters. That's what it feels like.
And that's what makes a woman to me. Isn't that my intuition? It's never really all.
Oh, that was like the dun 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 in the background. Nice.
And band-aids for my heart.
Oof.
She's always been a perfect mystery. And that's what makes a woman to me.
Oh, and then subtly brings in the egg shakers. Yeah, this is a really interesting song. Lyrically, it's great because you get the proper visuals in the verses, sort of metaphorical things, but they're quite literal. And then the idea behind the song, you could spend your whole life, but you couldn't describe what makes a woman. And that's what makes a woman to me. We're complex creatures, aren't we? I feel like Only Love also dives into that a little bit, the complexity of the brain. And where it takes you. Oh, the strings! Woo! This is almost like what I wanted in Resilient.
To the way we keep the whole world turning in a pair of heels. That's what makes a woman. There it is, Catherine.
Oh, I love that. Let me just listen to that last bit again.
Woman. There it is, Catherine.
Oh, I don't know why that gives me the goosebumps as well, because she calls herself Catherine. Whew, it's like a coming of age. That album was really good. Really good. I read some reviews. I never know whether to do that or not, but I read some reviews of this record before today, you know, when they release them during the week before an album release. And I was kind of taken aback by some of them. I think what it is that on my channel I try to approach albums in the knowledge that I know what goes on behind the scenes. So because I'm a musician and an artist myself, I understand the process, the songwriting process, the blood, sweat and tears that go into the creation of these songs, these babies that you've made to release to the world, and how quickly sometimes they're just torn down without the proper thought about what's actually gone into them. And obviously, you know, there is a place for critics and stuff, and I totally appreciate that, and I never think that critics should go away because we need that yin and yang. But I always want to try and approach my listening with, well, I can't help it actually, I can't help but approach my listening with the knowledge that I have of what goes into songwriting and this sort of sisterhood I feel with people like Katy and how they write songs. And I just could never listen to a record like that and say it's bad. I couldn't, because A, because it's not, but B, because there's a lot of personality in this record, and no record is going to be the same as what you had before, you know. And I don't think Katy really cares about what the critics are saying necessarily now, or maybe she will, but it won't affect her in the same way, because she wrote this album for her, for us, but for her too. And at the beginning of your career you tend to write records, A, because it's fun, and B, because you have this energy, and it's just kind of this explosive energy that you can't help but come out, and more often than not, if you're working with the right people, it results in hit singles, which is obviously what you need at the beginning of your career. But as you go through it, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be searching for the same things. And so I think Katy's at that point now where she's just in a different space. She's been through some stuff and she's in a different space. She's just had a baby, for goodness sake. And I think that's really going to change her writing too. And I think we could all just approach listening to music in a slightly different way sometimes, rather than quickly dismissing it, sitting down and really thinking about when it went into the making of it. So there's my 2 cents on the matter. I don't even know why I launched into that, but I did. That's how I feel, so there it is. What do you think of this record? That's my next question. How do you think Katy is feeling right now? Do you agree with me in the kind of journey that we went through? Let me know what your favourite songs are, your least favourite songs, in the comments box down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please do hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, become part of our family here. And you can of course find me on Twitter and Instagram at Nina_Schofield, and you can find links to my Wisio page where I can help you out with your singing, alongside links to my own music, my own singles, as well as a link to my Spotify playlist Healing Hits. Definitely going to add some songs from this record into that down in the description box below, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Love ya, bye!